a hover tank in
What's up? In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a hover tank in Plain Crazy. Now this is a little mini hover tank. It won't take long to make, and I promise you, this thing is really good in PvP. But without further ado, let's just get into the video. So the first block we're going to grab is a half wedge down. You find these in half blocks, half wedge down. I want you to place 2, put a 1, 2, 3 block space in the middle, and then place another 2 like this. Alright? Then we go into propulsion tab, and we grab some hover thrusters, alright? Right underneath all the rocket engines, right underneath water wheel, hover thruster, and place 1, 2, 3, 4 of these. And make the settings to decrease height 2, increase height 1, speed 15, and leave the drag at 0. And then you can just put that into all the other hover thrusters like so they're all the same. And then what I want you to do is get some half blocks, half wedge down 1 by 2, alright? And place those the other way around behind these, alright? So you got something looking like this. Then after that, we're going to place 3 blocks, so 1, 2, 3, and then get another half wedge down 1 by 2 and place it in the opposite direction, alright? We can delete these 3 blocks after, it's just so that we get the spacing correct, and it looks all nice. Alright, and then just get some regular half blocks and make them line up with the half wedge down 1 by 2s like so. And then put some more hover thrusters at the back of your build. And then obviously copy and paste the settings into these hover thrusters so that they're correct. And yeah, this is the first layer of the build complete. Alright, and then what I want you to do is get a beam 1 by 7 right in the blocks tab and place 1 here and 1 here. Alright, and then get regular blocks and go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're gonna place a block here, a block here, a block here, a block here. Alright, and then after you've done these outer parts, I want you to place 2 blocks after that, alright? So that it's not quite covering this half wedge down, but almost, alright? And then I want you to place 1 block here and 1 block here. And that's pretty much it for the outer layer. So we're gonna get some regular wedges, like so, and angle it so that it looks like this, alright? So that the wedge is kind of facing this way. And place it like this, alright? 1, 2, 3, so that, you know, they're just on the outer block of this, alright? 1 block away from the hover thruster, and then on the back, place it on the last block that you placed here, so 1, 2, 3, 1 block away from the hover thruster, like so. Your build should look like this now, alright? You got this little kind of cross in the middle with a bigger side here. That's exactly what you want to see, alright? Now we're gonna get started on making the thing actually be able to move, you know? We're gonna start putting the movement in. So, the first thing we're going to do is get a propeller. And I want you to place the propeller so that you have 4 of them, alright? So 1, 2, rotate, rotate, 3, 4. And as you can see, we have 4 propellers in our build, like so. This is how we're going to turn. Alright, so now I want you to copy these settings exactly, alright? So, if you're facing forward, and I've just painted my propeller so you can see a little easier, alright? I want you to set this propeller, the red propellers, to increase power A, and on-off only mode, alright? So that's the top right propeller and the bottom left propeller, alright? And then on the top left and bottom right propeller, it's going to be D to increase power, S to decrease power, and on-off only mode like so, alright? So, to move forward, just grab some jet engines in the jet engines tab. And I want you to place 1 right in the middle of these 2 propellers, alright? There should be a 1 block space in between, another right here, and then I want you to place 1 jet engine facing backwards like so. And then with these jet engines, just set the on-off mode only to true. And then for the back jet engine, I want you to set it to increase power S, decrease power W, and on-off only mode to true. Then I want you to get some beam 1 by 7s and just kind of fill this in, alright? So obviously beam 1 by 7s won't fit here, but I'm just placing regular blocks to fill this in pretty much completely. And once you've filled all this in, you've pretty much completed your layer. Now, just to make sure this works correctly, you can place your main pilot seat in the middle, and to make sure it all works, you know, hit A, make sure it turns right, hit D, make sure it turns left, and then obviously hit W to make sure it goes forward, S to make sure it goes backwards, alright? And then if you even want to float, you should be able to float by hitting 1, right? You've pretty much completed the base of your tank. Alright, so then what I want you to do is get some wedges, alright? So get a wedge 1 by 4, alright? And place 2 here, 2 here, and then get a wedge 1 by 3 and place 2 here and 2 here. And then just fill these in with not regular blocks, alright, but block 1.1 by 0.9. and I want you to orientate it so that the smallest part is on the top, like so. As you can see, I've got the gap there. So place them like so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like so that it fills that all in. And then, what I want you to do, and you can remove your main pilot seat in the middle, like this, alright? So place one here, and place basically it in a circle right in front of this jet engine, alright? And then place another line behind here. So this is what your top of your build should look like. And remember, these are 1.0.9s. And then what I want you to do is get some wedge 1x2s and just fill this in like so that it's all nice and filled in, alright? And then, after that, to finish it off, get a motor 2, alright, this is very important, motor 2, and set it so that the speed is at 50, the torque is at 1000, and just leave the settings as they are. Those don't really matter, just make sure the speed 50, torque 1000, alright? And we're pretty much done this layer. Alright, then what I want you to do is get a cylinder and place that on top of the motor, like so. Alright, and then on top of that, place a block. Alright, we're working on the turret now. And then what I want you to do is get a wedge 1x3 and make it so that it's facing upwards, and then place 4 of them like so, and then 4 on the other side too, alright? Like this. And then after that, get a wedge 1x2 and place that on top of them like so, right on the edge, so that you got this kind of gap in the middle. And fill that gap in with PvP weapon guns, alright? So put 3 guns here, 3 guns here, and then for these last edge blocks of the gap, place a block, alright, so that it's nice and flush. Then what I want you to do is get a triangle wedge, so the wedge is 2, triangle wedge 1x3, and place them on the edges, alright? So place 1 here, and then 1 here, and 1 here, alright? Kind of looks like this, and then fill the middle in with just 1x1 wedges. Alright, so it's nice and flush at the back. And then on the front, do pretty much the same thing, alright? Get wedges 2, triangle wedge 1x3, and fill the front in like you did with the back. So after that step, I want you to delete this gun right here, alright? We don't need this actually. And replace that with a motor 2, alright? And make sure that it's got the flat part on touching this part of the build, alright? So flat part touching this part like so. And then right in this block right here, connecting to the motor 2, I want you to go to half blocks, half wedge, and orientate the half wedge so that it looks like this, alright? So that it's kind of it's in the bottom left corner, and just place it right there, alright? So it looks like that. This is a very important step. Delete that gun there, alright? Instead, place a wedge right there, like so. And then what I want you to do is get some cylinders, and this is the turret, alright? I want you to place 3 cylinders, alright? 1, 2, 3. And go to PvP weapons, get a rocket, and place it like this, alright? So your rocket is connected to these cylinders. And then, we're pretty much done, alright? All we gotta do after this is get our main pilot seat, place it in there, doesn't really matter how, and then get some disconnectors, alright? And set it so the disconnector is W, and place them on the top like this, alright? Now make sure you don't place any over our turret here, and instead you get a half block, alright, and then get a half wedge. And this is optional, but you can put a half wedge right there, so just covers it up a little bit, but it doesn't block the gun's range of movement. After that, we're gonna paint it our colors, alright? So our color for this build is 50, 50, 50. And pretty much all this build is gonna be that color, so you can just fill it in like so. And you're pretty much done with your build. It looks pretty nice. And boom, your tank should be finished, right? Your turret should move up and down pretty fluently. You can fire your missile with F. You can shoot your guns like so. I have another tank here, so, you know, that's there. And you can hover with 1 and move forward and sideways with A, D, and S, you know, pretty basic Roblox controls. But yeah, that's how to build a working hover tank in Roblox Playing Crazy. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe because it really helps the channel grow. But other than that, I'll see you in the next one. So join the Discord, link in description. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out and bye.